Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over the differences between Shelby County, Tennessee and Desoto County, Mississippi. All right, let's fire it up and dive right in. So guys, us at Memphis Investment Properties, we sell a lot of turnkey rental properties in these two states, and also are, providing great cash flowing passive income, rental properties for people to own and invest in from all over the country and world. So those of you who are unfamiliar with these areas of these two cities and kind of deciphering, hey, I see a property in Tennessee and one in Mississippi, what are the pros and cons and the differences in those two areas? I'm going to be explaining that for you today. So all right, here diving in, just first off giving you a little general idea. Here's the Mississippi River. If you pull up a map on Google, you'll see this real quick, but just in general, Shelby County, so there's Memphis right here. Here's the FedEx airport. Then like literally it's a hop and a skip away. I mean, from downtown Memphis, you're looking at 15 minutes, 20 minutes to get into the Mississippi state line. So we are pretty much the same city. I mean, might as well call DeSoto County just an extension, the greater Memphis statistical area. But then over here you have just a few cities. You have Walls is one of the cities. Okay, so you have Walls, you have South Haven, you have Horn Lake and Olive Branch. Okay, so those are the general major cities that we buy and invest in. So now I'm going to be going over kind of the differences here. So first off, one of the things that is here is that your taxes are different, okay? So taxes are going to be a little bit lower in Memphis proportionally to like the value of the house than in Mississippi, because Mississippi has a homestead tax. What that homestead tax means that if you are a homeowner living in the property or also over 65 years of age, you're going to have different tax rates. And then also if you are an investor, meaning you're not living in that current property, your taxes are going to be proportionally higher. So it's not like a kill the deal type of tax difference, but there's definitely a percentage if you're comparing an apple to apple house from, in this southern pocket of Memphis to the northern part of Mississippi, you'll be taxed a little bit more over here. Pros and cons to that. I think that shows that Mississippi is a little more pro-homeowner, than investor, where Memphis, Tennessee is slightly investor. I mean, there are people in town who, there's always people all over town that are unbiased towards investors, but hey, we're the ones regentrifying the areas and making them good and providing good, clean, safe housing. So Mississippi, I would say, especially in this pocket, has a more bigger ratio of homeowners to renters, where Memphis has a higher ratio of renters to homeowners. Especially just right here in this southern pocket, south of the freeway loop here. This pocket by the airport, way more renter ratio than any of these 3 or 4 cities, okay? Then also kind of giving you an idea, this was all built, so, this section, especially the southern pocket, I'm really just comparing the southern to northern pockets here. Obviously, as you go up into other areas of Memphis, which we have other videos on, there's different ages. But in general, it's kind of older houses in comparison to Mississippi. So they have newer houses. Like I'd say 1980s plus. There's a lot of new builds going on over here. I mean, it's basically like the suburb living. It's just an extra suburb, just an extra 5 minutes to get to FedEx where you work or whatever. And where Memphis, these are all built out in the 50s, 60s, 50s plus. There are some in the 80s. As you go farther east out here, this is kind of where it's expanding out. Where here in DeSoto County, it still has quite a lot of areas to build. Where in the very southern pocket of Memphis, there are no lots to build on. So supply and demand issue definitely going on in that southern pocket, but people are just tending to expand south and east over there where the new builds are happening. So 1950s plus, and 1980s, that's kind of when those were mainly built out, those subdivisions. So then going on some other things here is schools. I would say in the southern pocket of Memphis, the schools are not as good as the schools in Mississippi. Hence why there's more homeowners over there living there. And also why the values of the property are higher over here than in this southern pocket of Memphis because of all these things going on. You know, you got kind of newer, bigger houses, things like that. Those are all factors in general that would show how home values are a little bit more. So then what a lot of people ask is the tenant landlord laws. So what I would say, landlord friendly, I would say they are very landlord friendly states. Okay, so you don't need to worry like if you're going to have some eviction moratoriums and crazy things going on and things like that to have it hard to get a tenant out in Mississippi. They both are very landlord friendly states, especially compared to, you know, your high markets like Washington, Oregon, California, all of those states. We're way more landlord friendly. I would say Memphis, Tennessee is slightly more landlord friendly than DeSoto County, just because that homestead tax kind of shows that already bias they're showing there. But in general, you're not going to have any problems if a tenant doesn't pay or, you know, they break laws or anything like that in your property. You're not going to have a problem getting them out of the property. So not to worry there. Other things about this, I would say that's about it in general for knowing these. Oh yeah, last thing guys, a lot of people are thinking, oh, we're in a whole different world here in Mississippi. No, they are very similar in terms of feel. A lot of people that live here in the part of Mississippi, they're driving over and working at FedEx. A lot of people that live over by FedEx are driving down that state line and working in a warehouse or a distribution center or at a restaurant or anything in Mississippi, okay? Oh, yeah, last thing, another one is that they both, it's funny, these two cities and counties, they compete to bring jobs in. They're all about, you know, if Amazon's going to build a new warehouse, they're all trying to give tax incentives and other advantages to bring in more jobs in their city. So it's kind of funny, the two counties kind of compete against each other governmental-wise to bring in jobs. But both of them are bringing in stable, great jobs for our tenants to work in and live in. So there you go, there you have it. That's explaining the differences between Shelby County and DeSoto County. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know your thoughts and questions here, and also subscribe to our channel. Invite your friends to check us out. We pay referral fees for people who do refer their friends and family that do end up buying a house from us. We are so grateful for that, and that you know, you're spreading the good word out there, finding great rental cash flowing properties here in Memphis. All right, guys, have a good one. Till next time.